Today's question of the day comes from the Ramsey Steps Facebook group. Great communities there on Facebook. And this person says, what baby step would you vote as the most important?
Whoa, it's like picking our favorite child.
I know.
That's a fun question.
This is interesting.
This is opinion.
Let's just
opinion. Put it out there.
Yes, this is op-ed. I would say that this is like my they're all important. It's very hard for me. I mean, they build on each other, right? Because it's a plan. So it's like one thing has to be true in order for the next thing to be true. So on the one hand, I'm like, yes, you've got to get debt free. Like if you get debt free, that's changing your life. But if you get debt free and you never save for retirement, you're up a creek, right? So I'm going to vote the non-vote vote.
You can't do that.
Okay, baby step 2 is my favorite.
Oh,
but it's not the most important.
She put it out there.
It's my favorite, but it's not the most important.
That's a good way to say it. They said most important, though, so you have to choose.
Well, George, maybe you should just choose.
All right. Well, for those listening, like, what in the incarnation are they talking about right now? Let me just lay them out real quick so that you can cast your vote, America. Baby step 1, $1,000 starter emergency fund. Baby step 2, get out of all consumer debt using the debt snowball method. Baby step 3, fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Baby step 4, invest 15% of your household income into retirement. Baby step 5, put away some money for the kids' college funds. Then baby step 6, pay off the house early. And then baby step 7, build wealth and give and be outrageously generous. So, I mean, you can hear that. You're like, which one is the most important? I'm going to say,
hard to say.
I'm going to say the most important for your financial future is baby step 4.
Yes.
Investing, building wealth, being able to retire with dignity, because that is going to give you a great life, 20 years from now for the next 30 years after that.
Yeah.
But baby step 2, I think, is my most favorite, and I think the most paradigm shift.
Yeah, it's
pivotal. The most freeing.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah, that's a really good point, George, because here's the thing, and here's where I kind of take this, is a lot of people will look at the baby steps and they'll go, I think these are the most important. I think it's the most important to do baby steps 1 through 3. And then they kind of like go off on a tangent and do their own thing. And it's like, no, you don't do the baby steps based on the ones you think are your favorite or the ones you think are going to be the most important. You choose to work the plan or you choose not to work the plan. That's the way because, there's so many things, George, that we ask people to do along the way because we know where they're headed. Like we say, pause your investing while you're paying off debt.
Controversial.
Right? It's controversial. But we are saying that because we know what comes next. So if you're the person who's like, oh, okay, I'm going to pay off my debt, but you're like lollygagging through it and you're not being intense like we tell you to, like these are the things that I'm weighing in my mind. They're all important. And if you're going to do this plan, do this plan. I'm going to render this question as a not good question.
Oh, wow. Shots fired at the Baby Steps Facebook group.
I'm saying the question that you need to be asking is not this one. I'm going to try to figure out a better question.
That's fair.
Instead of saying, what baby step do you vote is most important, maybe you should ask.
The one that you're on.
Come on, George.
I just totally went philosophical on you.
That's right.
The most important one is where you need to be at. If you're in debt, baby step 2 is the most important.
Come on, somebody.
If you have no emergency savings, but you don't have any debt, baby step 3 is the most important. I will say that
be where your feet are.
The Ramsey plan, what I love about it is it's more than about money. It's about transformation. Mm-hmm. It's about living counterculturally. And for that, I will say baby step 2 is the crux of the plan.
100%. Most people will go through their life and never pay off all their debt. Their debt they'll always have a car note.
And it's the most confusing. It's the most like, wait, what? You want me to get out of all debt? Like cut up the credit cards?
Yeah.
And, Romans 12:2, do not be conformed to the pattern of this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
That's right.
Baby step 2 is the most transformational renewing of the mind paradigm shift I can think of when you go, oh my gosh, this whole world of debt and the culture and the marketing and consumerism, it's like we're living in this simulation.
Yeah.
And if we can just unplug and go, I don't have to be a part of that. I can live on my terms. I can live with freedom and peace and joy and margin and options and meaning. That is what getting out of debt does for you. And then the next steps are kind of like, okay, cool. Now we can have some money in the bank and be investing for the future and kind of get these things on autopilot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the next baby step 2 definitely different from what culture would teach. I even think baby step 6 a little bit.
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea of paying off your home mortgage early, and the way we teach a 15-year fixed rate mortgage is what we prefer.
In this economy, Jade, are you kidding me? They live in an alternate universe where you can get a 15-year... Yes, math hasn't changed since history has began. I'm sorry. So that's a very controversial one.
It is. What do you think's the hardest one?
Oh, I think baby step 3 is the hardest because you're done paying for the past, but you're not quite ready to build for the future.
Yes.
And it's just this non-excitement midway point in the marathon. There's no one's cheering you on. There's no live band. You're just kind of on your own.
Yeah, and I think after you've paid off debt during baby step 2, you've spent all this time sacrificing. Let's be honest, you want to give yourself a little something, and you're like, come on, can I do something?
Not quite time to treat yourself.
It's not, that's right. It's not time to treat yourself.
Oh my goodness.
That's a
fun
George.
Conversation.